The repair presented in this video is performed on a particular frame style. The look of the console or the look of the cosmetic plastics is irrelevant to how this repair is made, as long as your machine's frame style is closely similar to that shown in this video. Be sure to unplug your machine before attempting this repair, and do not use power tools in making this repair. Using a standard screwdriver with a thin tip, gently separate the plastic cover over the top right-hand axle on the upright. This cover should just pop off. Next, remove the screws that hold the underside of the plastic cover over the right-hand axle on the upright. Now, using an Allen wrench, remove the screw and washer that hold the right-hand upper body arm and leg to the axle on the upright. Leave the upper body arm and leg on the axle for now. Then, with the Allen wrench, remove the screw and roller arm cover that hold the right-hand roller arm to the axle on the crank pedal. Once these arms and legs are free, carefully remove the whole armature from the right-hand crank axle. If the bushings on either axle come free, set them aside so that they will not be lost. Now remove these arms and legs on the left-hand side of the elliptical, following the same steps. In order to gain full access to the drive belt, you will need to remove the plastics that house the crank pulley. First, remove the plastic shield cover cap and the shield cover located above the crank pulley at the base of the upright. Using a standard screwdriver with a thin tip, gently remove the discs that cover the right and left crank arms. These should pop off easily. Next, remove the screws that hold the left and right-hand side shields together and remove both side shields. Now you will need to loosen tension on the drive belt by loosening the pivot bolt and then the adjustment bolt. With the old drive belt loosened, you can just walk it off the crank pulley. Now take the tension off of the resistance cable by pressing down on the part of the eddy mechanism shown here using a flathead screwdriver. This will loosen the cable, allowing you to pull it off the resistance motor. Now loosen the lock nut on the axle of the eddy mechanism, enough so that you can pull the eddy mech from the idler bracket. This allows you to pull the old drive belt completely off the elliptical. Place the new drive belt into the idler bracket and return the eddy mech to its proper place. Make sure the lock nut gets fully tightened. Now route the new drive belt around the pulley on the eddy mech axle and the idler roller and walk it onto the crank pulley with ease. Return the new drive belt to its proper tension by tightening the idler adjustment bolt and then tighten up the pivot bolt. Using a flathead screwdriver, pull down the top end of the resistance cable where it connects to the eddy mech. This will release the tension on the cable enough for you to replace the other end of it back into the resistance motor. Replace the side shields, then replace the pedal discs on both sides of the elliptical. Next, replace the shield cover and the shield cover cap. Place the right-hand upper body arm and leg back on the right-hand axle on the upright. Make sure you have the bushing in its proper place. Next, place the right-hand roller arm on the right-hand crank axle. Again, make sure that you have the bushings inside the end of the roller arm. Replace the screw and roller arm cover on the right-hand crank axle. Using an Allen wrench, tighten down the roller arm to the crank axle. Now replace the screw and the washer to the right-hand axle on the upright. Using an Allen wrench, tighten down the upper body arm and leg into place. Then replace the plastic covers over the right-hand axle on the upright. Follow the same steps in reattaching the left-hand upper body arm and leg and the left-hand roller arm to the elliptical. If you have any questions after watching this video, be sure to consult the replacement instructions that came with the replacement drive belt.